So, movie about monkey. I'll be reviewing. Yeah, in this video we're gonna be doing a review on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I watched it in IMAX. Not real IMAX, I know, but still in IMAX. Big screen, great sound, very immersive, and yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. It was amazing, bro. Oh my god. I had just been so surprised that none of them have missed. All of them have been good so far. I'm talking about, the modern ones, not the ones in the past, Rise, Dawn, and War. Those were the amazing trilogy. A rare example of goated trilogy. And you would have thought, oh, well, looks like, it's probably going to go downhill after that. Maybe the director leaving, or, the same writers or the same people that made this are leaving and, giving it off to the new, fresh generation. This is still a good movie. And you could tell they put so much effort in this movie by the VFX, the writing, the world building, the characters. Everything is just so good. I haven't felt this, emotional for a movie. You could tell there was a reason why they wanted to make this movie. It's because they still have stories to tell in this universe. This doesn't feel like a cash grab. Oh man, those 3 monkey movies did great. I don't care if you finished the movie. Just shit out another one. Alright, so the world building. So this is supposed to be taking place 100 years after Caesar's death. And you could tell that the planet is full of apes. It's run by apes. They are the dominant species. And also, you could tell that they have evolved. Most apes are now able to talk. They have their own culture. And while they have evolved, humans have regressed their evolution. Most of them have gone primal and mute. Personally, for me, I love world building. It's one of my favorite parts about anything in media. And if you could show and demonstrate an amazing, immersive world, but have a bad story, I could swap that aside and be like, you know what? That was a really good movie. I don't give a fuck if I don't know what the story was about. Examples like Ad Astra. The story was very, very simple and very forgettable. Alright, I'm gonna try to remember the story. So it goes like this. I gotta find my dad. My dad's a scientist. That's it. But the journey to get to there was great. I loved it. It showed a world where space travel is normal. It's just like taking a plane to, I live in the United States, so I gotta go to, I don't know, Fiji or somewhere. And the steps by steps of getting to there, bro, I was in a plane watching this, and I was like, hey, yo, this is so relatable. I had to do the same thing Roy had to do to get to, I don't know, Mars or the moon, Well, I didn't actually went to the moon or Mars. I'm talking about the process is pretty similar to taking a plane to somewhere. So it's pretty much similar to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's a simple story. Noah, the main character, is trying to get his family back from these raiders. They destroyed his village and took his people. Now, I don't mind the simple storytelling because they were more focused on the world building. Because, unlike the other previous trilogy, they didn't have to explain the normal world. We're living in it right now. And you see the transition between the normal world to the apocalypse. And now we live in the post-apocalyptic world where most humans are feral and the smart ones are in a bunker, trying to get the world back to where they were the dominant ones and the ones that were in power. So it felt like this movie was more focused on explaining the world. So after this, now we could tell the story of Noah. Because in this movie, we don't get too much information about Noah. All we know is Noah, he's brave, he's honorable, and he's ready to lead. Now, I don't want to say Noah is boring, because it's pretty hard to compare to Caesar. Because Caesar was a straight-up revolutionist. He was fighting for his people. He represented his people, and he was the best ape to lead his people. In this world, Caesar is basically Jesus. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to say, yeah, I mean, Noah, he's pretty good, but oh my god, he's no Caesar. Of course he's not gonna be a Caesar. Another thing that I love is the apes' vision of the past is pretty distorted to them. And it's pretty hard to believe that humans were the ones that were intelligent and was the dominant species of this planet. And there used to be billions of them roaming here. and now they're just stupid humans. They're dumb echoes. And because they're still evolving and are trying to make their civilization, they still don't understand a lot about technology. Like, there are some stuffs they use, but it's like, outside of that, what's a computer? A memory card? CD? What are these things? Throw it in the trash! So things they can learn, they don't know. Some apes read books, and that's their only way of learning the past. Now, I don't want to sound dumb, but like, what would blow these apes' mind? Reading a book talking about the past? Or showing a video of someone recording in a zoo and you see apes in the cage? That would blow their fucking minds. That would make every ape believe, you know what, Caesar was kind of wrong about, humans are good. Now, let's just kill them all. Alright, so let's talk about characters. So, Noah. Like I said, I don't want to call him boring, but he is suffering from main character syndrome. And since we're not playing a game where you could decide what his character could be, he's kind of just like a basic character. I'm hoping in the newer movies they will give him more characters. Right now, I think he's actually like a teenager, so like, he is trying to discover himself. But like I said, I don't want to compare him to Caesar, because in the first movie, when he was a teenager, he was starting a fucking revolution! Now, the movie would suffer if Noah was the only character we know, but I'm happy to say that everybody around him was really interesting. Rocco was a great character. He is one of the characters that are archiving the past so people can remember, and also he follows, I forgot what the religion was called, but basically, like the 10 commandments of Caesar, Caesar, his laws are apes don't kill apes, and apes together strong. May, the human character, was another interesting character. I don't trust her. I'm a human, and I'm like, hey, yo, no, you might have to kill her. I don't know. She is the best examples of what humans are capable of, and they are untrustworthy backstabbers. May is lucky that Noah has no idea what humans were in the past. His only knowledge about humans for most of his life were just like, oh, these are just dumb animals. And May was the only one that was as or even more intelligent than an ape. So it was because of his ignorance is probably the reason that humans might be making a comeback. Like, you hear the way she talks, it's like, yeah, we want our civilization back, but it's like, so what's going to happen to us? It's like, well, you just go back to, what, a cage? Alright, so the antagonist of the film, Proximus Caesar, he was such a good villain. But, spoilers, he doesn't have a lot of scenes. Sadly, man, like, he doesn't really appear until, like, the last third of the movie. But the scenes we get with him, they are just so good. Man, I wish there was just more scenes. Specifically, more scenes of, like, him interacting with his people. Because I'm not specifically sure that he is saying that he is the reincarnation of Caesar, or he's supposed to be the next generation of Caesar, taking his mantle. And I would love to see a scene where, maybe his people or his soldiers, talk about how great of a leader he is. Like, the fanaticism. I want to see that, but we don't get that, sadly. Like, the movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes long. They could have easily made this 3 hours long. Now, okay, not that long, but like, yeah, give us another 20 minutes. Give us those scenes, But yeah, Proximus Caesar was a fun villain. And I do love this religion aspect, like, Caesar's law is basically, oh, we gotta be peaceful with each other, and love each other. It's like, yeah, this is cool and all, but, like, that's not gonna help me make an empire. So I'm just gonna warp it to where it benefits me, because, I want my own kingdom. It's the same thing with Jesus, like, oh, help the needy and peace and love. People forget that, or at least they ignore that. So that is all the characters. Let's talk about the VFX. This has got to be one of the best looking VFX I have ever seen. I don't think I've seen any VFX that comes close to this. VFX has become a dying industry almost. Or no, not an industry, a dying art. Like, I don't get it. It's either it's too expensive or it takes too much time. It's probably either one of those. And, a lot of studios just don't care. They only care if it's good enough or if it's cheap. Like, throughout the movie, I sometimes forget, oh yeah, these are actors in mocap. These aren't actual monkeys. Like sometimes, I'm just like, oh yes, of course, these are actual monkeys that are acting. No, I'm fucking dumb. Like I'll just be staring at them talk, and I'm just amazed how detailed the animation is. Actually, it's not animation, it's mocap, but you guys know what I mean. Like, when they talk, you see skin stretch, or, they fold, or even muscle moves under the skin. It is so perfect that, I don't know, for me, it doesn't hit the uncanny valley. Like, it is just so perfect to the point where, I don't know how, if you don't believe in evolution, I don't know how, after watching this film, you still don't believe, oh yeah, we came from monkeys. Like, yeah, I just watched a film where monkeys talk for a few hours, and the way they talk is pretty similar to how we talk. I can't think of any other movie that has such good VFX like this. The Avatar movie I haven't watched, that's probably could be a good comparison, but like, the last one was the last Planet of the Apes movie. Caesar into that entire movie straight up just looked like a hybrid of a monkey and a human. So yeah, guys, this was such a good film. Is this better than the other three? No. All right, like it's gonna be pretty hard because Caesar alone is it's such a good ass character. So I'm gonna give this a 8.5 out of 10. Still a pretty good movie. There are just some weak parts. I wish there was more scenes of Proximus Caesar. Noah, I wish there was more character development. But yeah, other than that, I highly recommend watching this. Go watch it in IMAX, alright? I think there's only one more week because Mad Max, the Furiosa one, is coming out, and that's gonna probably replace it in a lot of theaters. So, yeah, highly recommend it. Go watch it. And, yeah, that's what I want to say. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on TikTok and Twitter so you can keep updated with all my content. And, yeah, bye.